Bloomberg Audio Studios. Podcasts, radio, news.
The Stock Movers Report, your roundup of companies making moves in the stock market, harnessing the power of Bloomberg data.
All right, let's take a look at some stocks on the move today. I'm Scarlett Fu with Alexis Christoforous, and let's bring in Bloomberg's Christine Aquino. And Christine, you're focusing on one company whose shares have hit a record high.
Yeah, absolutely, Scarlett. That is EchoStar. John Tucker mentioned this earlier as the subject of this deal with Elon Musk's SpaceX. So EchoStar, ticker SATS, shares are up more than 18% at the moment. So a healthy clip from that deal. It is definitely investors taking this deal positively. So as John mentioned earlier, it is a deal to acquire, for SpaceX to acquire some EchoStar spectrum licenses. So they're designated for satellite and mobile communications. By the way, Bloomberg reported on this earlier, and the company confirmed it in a statement. And so, they're saying that the sale should resolve inquiries from the FCC. Apparently, the regulator was accusing EchoStar in May of not effectively using the spectrum it was awarded and threatened to strip some of its valuable licenses. So Bloomberg Intelligence weighing in on the deal, saying that it may materially shape EchoStar's credit profile by enabling significant debt reduction from its $27 billion load.
All right, let's go into banking for a moment. PNC making a big push into Colorado and Arizona with a $4 billion deal.
Yeah, absolutely, Alexis. So PNC, ticker PNC, shares down more than 1% at the moment, down 1.3%. So investors not necessarily seeing that as a positive at first blush. But yes, PNC agreeing to buy FirstBank Holding for about $4.1 billion. That will add $26.8 billion in assets for PNC, particularly in Colorado and Arizona. That transaction is expected to be completed early next week. And after that acquisition, PNC's total assets will be approaching $600 billion. So that will bring it closer to the largest regional bank, which is U.S. Bancorp. And Bloomberg Intelligence saying that the pricing looks conservative. The deal is at 12.1x annualized 2025 EPS.
All right, so let's stay in the financial sector, but move on to a fintech company, Robinhood.
Yeah, absolutely, Scarlett. That is enjoying a nice bump this morning. So Robinhood, ticker HOOD, shares are up more than 13%. And that's because we did get news late on Friday that it has been added to the S&P 500. And, we know that its rise was really during the pandemic, when we had all of these retail traders probably bored sitting at home and trying to figure out what to do with their stimulus check. And therefore, Robinhood came in and provided a platform for them to trade. And now, 5 years later, it's becoming a lot more legitimate by joining the S&P 500. So that is quite astounding. And, the one perk of joining there's many perks, but one significant perk for Robinhood by joining the S&P 500 is that they will enter the portfolios of index funds, pension plans, retirement accounts, which is quite the contrast between them and that type of investor and the retail traders that have really given rise to Robinhood.
The Stock Movers Report from Bloomberg Radio. Check back with us throughout the day for the latest roundup of companies making news on Wall Street. And for the latest market-moving headlines, listen to Bloomberg Radio live. Catch us on YouTube, Bloomberg.com, and on Apple CarPlay and Android Auto with the Bloomberg Business app.